Welcome everyone to episode 4 on the Flow State podcast. I'm here with my friend Ricky, another BJJ black belt and coach at Renzo Gracie Dubai. Good to have you, brother. How are you?
Man, thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy that you made the time to be here. I know you're a very busy man, so I really appreciate that.
When you guys told me that I'm able to do this, it felt no way. I'm gonna make sure I do it.
Great, good stuff.
Yeah.
How's life? How's everything?
Man, life's pretty good. Can't complain. Actually, I'm grateful. Life's pretty awesome at this moment.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything specific?
Training's been going really, really well.
That's really good,
you've been part of it recently. We've really upped the game.
That's really nice.
We're training on a pretty good intensity, a good level, good technical proficiency. So feeling
it's
really
very
good.
nice. It was really tough, like the last weeks, but without losing the technique part, which is often the case when it gets a little bit wild in a nice way. Technique suffers, but that was not the case here because I think you structured it very nice with the, step by step, adding something, and then the whole idea of it. I really like it. Where does that come from?
Very recently, there's been this big wave, this big trend of change in training methodology, where it's kind of become the old school versus new school. And in the new school, there's this thing called the ecological approach. So if you go on Instagram now, is the new cool thing that everyone's saying that's the only way to train. It is a very good tool.
And that's the new school.
Yes,
and that's the only
school.
way to train.
It's
everyone before did it wrong.
Yeah, so
and they never
apparently
learned something.
Everyone before ecological approach did it completely wrong, and everyone now is doing it
so
right.
So maybe then you're not a black belt.
Maybe we gotta return it back to Care 4. But it's a very productive training methodology to develop certain parts of your game. Yeah, I think there's a place for drilling, there's a place for specific training, there's a place for normal training, and there's a place for the ecological approach, depending on where you are in your process, whether it's skill acquisition or competition training or increasing the volume you're training or whatever it is you're training. I think there's a tool which you can use for each purpose that will have the maximum return.
Do you structure the training for a competitor different to a hobbyist?
So there are certain overlapping things which would be the same, of course. I mean, at the very core, a lot of the principles of positions and techniques are kind of the same. But the intensity at which they applied, the precision at which they need to be applied, how much you'd enforce to close down mistakes, like the margins for competitors are obviously a lot less. For a hobbyist, it's more about having fun and enjoying the lifestyle while improving. Yeah. Whereas for a competitor, there might be a specific date by which they have to minimize their gaps as soon as possible. So in that aspect, yes, it is a bit different. But overall, Jiu-Jitsu is awesome, and the techniques are very similar, right?
It is the best. I love it. So where's that Sambo is better than Jiu-Jitsu coming from?
Man, hey, it's usually that someone that does something that doesn't do the other thing will say that their thing is better than the thing they don't do. I think that's the same for everything and everywhere. Like, I do this and this is good, so that must not be good, so let me make this
But how
better.
much is it really different to anything else? I mean, the goal is to bring someone to the ground and then submit them, right? So
yeah, I think Sambo is more similar to Jiu-Jitsu than Sambo is to ballet dancing, that's for sure. But if we get into the little nuances, the color of the jacket is different.
Yeah.
They don't wear pants.
Yeah.
That's they wear shoes.
That's the best.
Yeah. I believe there's also like combat Sambo, which is the one where
they're
punch
punching each other. Yeah, it's like MMA in gi jackets.
It's MMA in gi jackets, and then there's also the one where they don't punch, which is kind of like
they're just Sambo then. Just grapple.
Yeah, that's kind of like judo with some more submissions, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, they're all awesome. Like, if I had enough time and resources and energy, train some wrestling, Sambo, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, train some Aikido too for the wrist lock stuff and for the inertia control. Wing Chun.
There was a time, was with Kenyan Cornelius.
Yeah.
He was all over YouTube at that time, competing a lot. And he was talking about American Jiu-Jitsu. I think it was him. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? I just find it a little bit, no disrespect, but just a bit funny. Like,
Man.
what are we talking about? Like everyone now, if I do it and I become good, then whatever, then is it Italian jiu-jitsu? What are we talking about? It's always the same thing.
Yeah. Like I don't know if he's like massive trolling
Probably.
or if it's for real. But I mean, hey, the techniques that he professes to do are pretty legit techniques.
Yeah, they are, yeah. But does it make it now a different jiu-jitsu?
Oh, the branding, it depends, you know. It's like depends on who wants to hear what they want to hear.
You ever named a technique? You ever came up with something and you gave it your name?
There's this one move that I like to do. I don't know. I'm pretty sure maybe somebody has already invented it, but I came across it by myself organically.
Okay.
So I called it the Parata Plata. Just because that I felt that I needed to call it that, because there's the Barato Plata already.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a shoulder lock from the outside in, and then there's one that I like to do that I just decided to name it Parata Plata. Maybe one day I can show you.
I think I saw it already. I'm not sure.
It's like a Americana from the back.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think what I heard from well, I haven't named anything, but what I saw from Eddie Bravo, for example, he that's just a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Everyone calls it 2-on-1, no matter which way your hand is facing down or up. But I think when the opponent's hand is facing up, I think he calls it burrito grip, which makes sense, right? Sure. Mexican American. And being here in Dubai, I was with some guys and we're talking about 2-on-1s. And I think I even was with the kids, and I just called it shawarma grips. It was amazing. And then like, kids, all right, let's go, shawarma grips. And everyone like 2-on-1, face up, hand up. It was, everyone knew what we're talking about. It was great.
So funny.
Now that's for the region, it's shawarma grip.
Yeah, adapted.
What else? You do so much stuff. You are white belt in bachata. Is that you still a white belt in bachata dancing?
I think I at least white belt probably.
One stripe?
A couple stripes. A couple stripes, that's for sure.
How long are you doing this?
Now I started in February. It is now almost the end of June. I've been doing it quite intensely since that time. So
they give stripes pretty fast then they.
Or maybe I just train like a maniac.
Maybe it's that. I think it's that then.
I think so.
Why bachata?
Why bachata?
Yeah.
Have you?
Is it a very close one?
It's pretty close.
Okay.
Man, it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like more to kind of add to the name of this podcast, it's so possible to get into the flow state once you get the fundamentals down, where like time and space disappears, where it's just you on the beat with the music.
I feel that. I can
so
understand that.
it's a great way that once you're at a certain skill level to get into the flow state, similar to jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it trigger you when they take an underhook?
Oh man, PTSD.
The
PTSD. The
little hip throw?
The body just takes over hip throw. Like, oh no, different environment, different rules.
Do you have a fixed partner you're dancing with all the time, or
oh no,
mixing it up?
Yesterday I danced with 10 strangers that I never met in my life before.
All men?
No.
Just one of them?
None of them. I danced with 10 women yesterday who I met. It's part of the culture actually. So it's super interesting how
I can understand that you're interested in that culture.
Yeah. When you're not in something from the outside, it looks a certain way based on your perception from the outside. But inside, it's
no big deal. I know it's just dancing. Yeah.
There's a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
Everybody understands the same language. Maybe not. We can't speak in English, but once we start dancing to the music, we follow the same rules.
Nice.
We have the same understanding of body movement, of timing, and there's so many parallels to actually jiu-jitsu. You could meet someone from a different country, and you just go like this. You want to roll, that you signal it, and then you shake hands, and then you understand what you need to do. And then you understand who is higher or lower in skill level. Like within the first few seconds.
Someone is leading, right? Is the same thing? Someone is always leading?
Yes.
No, it's always the men leading.
The men
right?
are leading and the women are following generally. But the really pros can do both. Like the teachers, for example. Yeah. But generally for hobbyists,
so you just have to focus on leading.
Yes, it's a lot of responsibility. There's the beat, there's the musicality, there's the different speeds at which the music is taking place, and based on that, there are different sets of moves that need to be placed in the song during the song.
Okay.
So there are parts of the song where you do a bit more footwork, would be a bit faster paced. There are parts of the song where they'd be a bit more sensual.
Can you mix it up and pick whatever you want, or is it like very like if they play this beat, you have to do these steps and you have to do these moves, and or is there like a full, table of techniques that you can pick from, and then you just
For sure. So there's no set rules, like as in this has to be this way. But I'll use the parallel of jiu-jitsu. There's some things that fit better.
understand.
Like there's this half guard and over under passing just fits better.
Yes.
It's hard to explain for someone that doesn't do jiu-jitsu why that if they really like half guard, they should also train over under passing, because they're both very closely related. That same way in certain parts of the song, it's just easier to do certain moves because that part of the song was made for that type of move.
Understand.
If you try to do a slow move and a fast part, it's gonna look very,
of course,
very
strange.
not fluid.
Yeah.
And that's where it's pretty fun.
Do
and
you
awesome.
think learning that dancing will help with jiu-jitsu as well?
Man, it's the part of the reason why I started dancing is I consider myself very left brain dominant. So things that are logical and sequential and I can calculate and this I'm pretty good at.
Okay.
But then with the emotions, feeling side of things, I have to work quite hard to be able to do it. And then I try to look up things I should do to make my right brain more active, or if that makes sense. And dancing was one of them. And I've already improved a lot myself. My way of thinking about being creative in moves as opposed to just executing logically.
Oh, nice.
If that makes sense. And that came to me from dancing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Good stuff. And then you also skydive a lot? You did that for a long time, right?
I've been skydiving now for 7 years. 7 years.
And how many jumps in these 7 years?
At this moment, I have around 1,600 jumps.
Okay.
1,600 jumps, yeah. Like in this last season, I did around 220. Yeah.
Is that a lot? Like, it sounds a lot to me, but is it a lot?
For a serious hobbyist, it's a good number, but there are professionals that do thousands in a season. Like there are people that do this as a profession, for whom 1,000 is a normal number, or above 1,000 is a normal number. If you calculate 6 per day, 6 days a week, from in Dubai from October to May, that's what would be normal for a pro.
And you just started by let's just have a jump, and then you liked it so much that you kept jumping and did your license as well, right?
Yeah. Like initially, I had always been aware about skydiving. It had always been in like the corner of my mind as something cool, but I never thought about doing it like as a hobby. And one of my best friends, Omar, is actually one of the pioneers of free flying, which is a discipline in skydiving.
Free flying.
Yeah.
What is free flying?
So generally, skydiving is anytime you jump out of an aircraft with a parachute strapped to your back. So whenever you're flying belly to earth,
okay,
that's called belly position. And anytime you change that orientation with either foot towards earth or head towards earth or back towards earth, they count that. They call it free flying.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're not bound by one axis of falling towards the ground. You can actually you can be in any axis you want, any orientation you want. So my friend Omar was one of the pioneers of this discipline. They were the first ones that started flying like feet first towards the ground, and then his mentor Olaf was one of the first ones to start going head first towards the ground. After spending extended periods of time with him, just at coffee shops or hanging out, at some point it just seemed like normal that skydiving is a normal thing to do. It's weird that I don't do it.
Okay.
If it's so awesome, it's so cool. And then later I found out it's another way to get into the flow state. Like in the beginning, it's very difficult because your amygdala is overpowered with all kinds of emotion, whether it be positive or negative. It's sensory overload. But once you get over that initial stage and you start getting into the more higher skilled jumps, you kind of enter this space after exiting an aircraft where for those seconds there is no time, there is no thought, it's just body. It's just body in action, and like things are happening with precision, under control, but you're more like just enjoying the ride. It's such a surreal feeling, which is flow
I'm
state.
getting nervous only thinking about it. I think I would die from a heart attack.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not joking. I think something bad would happen.
Question. So, what would you say to someone? Like, let's say someone walks into a jiu-jitsu club. Like, you're at the jiu-jitsu club, someone walks in,
Okay.
45,
All right.
never did sports,
Okay.
hasn't even seen much like combat sports.
Mm.
And they look at jiu-jitsu for the first time and they see our nogi training.
Mhm.
And they say, man, this is brutal. This is barbaric. I don't think I can ever do this. I'm terrified of this. What would you tell that person?
Well, this is not what he's going to do, right? So we start with basic fundamentals. I make sure he's not getting hurt. I'm there to help him. Others are there to help him. So he's absolutely fine. But listen, he's on the mats. Nothing will happen.
Sure.
Nothing will happen. But if this thing doesn't open up, I'll be dead.
For sure. Like, I completely understand the logic. Now, so look, we understand that in any sport or any activity, there's risk. The least risky thing to do is don't leave your bed in the morning and stay there and just eat food and that's it. But if you drive your car, there's a chance you might get into an accident. If you cross the road, there's a chance something might happen. So in skydiving, definitely it's more than driving, it's more than crossing the road. In cars, we trust our brakes. We understand that brakes work. We understand that we've taken care of the car. We understand that when I press the brake, my car is gonna go from 120, and if I wanted to 0.
Yeah.
And because of that, if we're at 120, we don't freak out. The brake's gonna fail. Same way in sky, like the equipment has been tested by some people that are much smarter than I could ever imagine over a long time. It's been around for a while. Are there chances of things going wrong? Yes. But there are redundancies upon redundancies in place to make the margins very small if people follow a set of rules. But like human nature, white belts want a heel hook, right? White belts want to do flying submissions. Like white belts after watching ADCC want to do flying stuff they're not ready for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the same happens in skydiving too.
Oh, really?
The same kind of thing where the cool things are generally a little bit riskier, which can be safe if you've acquired the skill to make it safe.
What's a cool thing?
Uh,
Head first.
That's
Sounds pretty cool.
That's from the free flying part. Yeah, but more important, like the more common one where there's issues is under the parachute. So like when you first start to jump, like as a student in your AFF course, you're gonna be given a 250 square foot little bus with thick lines. To turn it 90 degrees, you gotta like put some muscle into it to turn it 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That thing, if it opens or when it opens, even if you don't do anything and you pass out, it will land you somewhere at a impact of same like jumping a little bit higher than this table onto the ground.
Okay.
That's that thing. But it's not very fun to ride that thing.
Okay, it's boring.
It's a little bit boring. It's a little bit slow. It's a little bit this. So usually after their AFF, it's not everybody, but there are like in Jiu-Jitsu, there are people that want to rush steps to get to the cool things faster, where they go on like smaller canopies with like, more smaller lines and all this kind of stuff where when things go wrong, they go wrong a bit faster. And if you haven't built the emotional control by facing things at a slow speed, when they happen for the first time at a high speed,
Fast,
that's when problems can definitely happen. Now, that being said, it's not a zero risk sport. It's a risky sport. You're leaving an aircraft like 12,000 feet out of, in the air for sure. But with the right precaution and following the right procedure, the margins are completely reasonable. I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
I skydive and I drive. If you told me to drive to Sharjah during rush hour, I'd be terrified. Because I know that there's crazy people on the road and I can't control them. Under parachute, I know my parachute. I know my skills that I can land it in most weather.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You said one time, I think during the summer, it's a little bit tricky to jump, right? What's
Yes.
different now?
I stopped jumping towards the end of May.
Okay.
So it's like this: a parachute, a canopy, like the way it's built, it interacts with air. Air is, I believe, 800 times less dense than water. But then in air density, there's also levels. So cold air is more dense than hot air, right? Now from a pure skydiving technical perspective, I'm gonna butcher this science. So there's gonna be someone more skydiving specialist that can elaborate, but I'll tell you my explanation of this.
Yeah.
When the air is hotter, or when the weather is hot, the ground is generally quite warm, and the air near the ground is less dense.
Okay.
So when it comes time to landing time, the canopy has less air to grip on.
Yeah.
So it's like the equivalent of driving on a slippery road. So is it catastrophic? No. But are the chances of something going wrong if there's a lapse of judgment higher? Yes. And as a hobbyist, I said I already did as much jumps as I wanted to. Now is a good time to focus on other things. When the weather's good again, I'll get back out there and I'll manage my risk percentage in a certain healthy way.
Yeah, great.
That being said, there are many people that still jump now, and it's perfectly safe. It's perfectly okay. I just manage my risk percentage according to my standards.
No, that makes sense. No, well explained. Thank you. No, but I think even now after the explanation, I don't know. I'm already on the edge to high blood pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I would die from a heart attack.
Oh man.
I just stay here and do jiu-jitsu. That's exciting enough for me.
Oh yeah, and it's pretty exciting, huh?
It is.
You get to feel your body.
It's the best. People who don't do it, they will never understand. So often they ask me, after all these years of still doing this, and I still love it. I can't wait. You wake up in the morning, I pack my stuff, my rash guard, my gi, whatever, put it in the car, working, and then like, oh, I can't wait for tonight. I can't wait for tonight. 3 more hours, 2 more hours, and like, I love it. Man. It's the best. So difficult to explain to someone who never did it really.
I think that people that don't feel that intensity of like when you're out of breath after a good roll, after this intense little chest match that you had with a friend of yours, where you tried to kill each other, and that feeling, that I don't know, that euphoria after a good roll, it needs to be felt. It cannot be explained.
It cannot be explained. Yeah. And when I go home after tough rolls and trainings, and I have something to eat, and I sit on the couch and everything hurts. It's so strange, but it feels so great. Oh, yeah. It feels so good. Just like you deserve that 30 minutes on the TV, and you have something to just to relax. It feels like you deserved it.
Absolutely, really man. Like what do you think? So I think in modern society, the amount of like physical exertion that we do on a regular basis has drastically reduced in modern society, right? And jiu-jitsu is such a great outlet for us to really step on the gas. It's the equivalent of like taking out your Lamborghini on a proper drive, not just always cruising in a high traffic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
100%. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I often feel so bad for people who are not doing anything that's comparable.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
You should start jiu-jitsu for sure.
Have you ever tried any of the other martial arts?
Yes, I did it all.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love it all. I love it all. If I had the time, I would add more stuff. Yeah, but jiu-jitsu will always be the one, like the major thing.
Okay.
It would always be my first pick. But yeah, I started with judo when I was a child. Started with 4, of course. I mean, with 4, there's not a lot of judo happening. Yeah, little front rolls and here and there, maybe an armbar after a while. But the discipline of the mats and stuff like this in the early years, was really something that I always look back to still today. I was like, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I did Japanese jiu-jitsu then right after.
Wait, where was this?
That was in Frankfurt, Germany.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I did kickboxing and Muay Thai. And there was a little break. Then I did classic boxing, which is my first pick in standing, striking. It's classic boxing.
Classic boxing.
I love it. Oh, it's the best. It's
Why not kickboxing?
all right. So I always deferred between sports and streets.
Okay.
Which, okay, luckily enough, street never happens. Let's be very honest. Yeah, thank God. But I don't think in a serious situation on the street that I would roundhouse kick and jumping and I don't know, maybe for a push kick, like for distance.
Okay.
Yes, everyone has his own flavor and his own style. But I think the power that you can bring from the fists, closing the distance, it's just so effective. Less things can go wrong, I think. If someone grabs your leg now, you have single leg, you have to think about these stuff. They pick you up, they throw you, you know.
Yeah.
The boxing, I really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited now. We have that coach as well coming from where? From Brazil, right? To the academy as well, adding boxing and kickboxing. to
Yes.
Renzo
Right now
Gracie,
we're in the process of like figuring out what we're gonna add, when, where, and there's some exciting news coming pretty soon.
I
once we have a
was
few
sharing something that I shouldn't share here.
Oh no, we just
I
we
think
need
the
to,
time it's out
We,
then,
we just
or-
need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't wait for that. So
Yeah.
I hope that I can at least like add one time a week some boxing without losing jiu-jitsu. You know, I
Okay.
have to do it 3-4 times a week for sure, and then hopefully I can add a little bit of boxing because I just love it. It's amazing.
What's your take on getting punched in the face, man? Yo,
Try the best to avoid it. Yeah.
like I tried boxing a little bit, like once upon a time, maybe 8 years ago,
Mhm.
and hitting the bag was great,
Yeah, it feels so good, right?
so empowering.
Mm.
Hitting the pads is great,
Yeah.
and then trying to spar someone equivalent to you is also not bad. But then the day you try to spar someone better than you,
Mm.
and it just seems like you can't touch them, and just punches come from everywhere.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad,
It's
right?
very humbling.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
very
But
humbling.
same
It's
in
so
jiu-jitsu.
awesome.
Same in
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu.
yeah, it's the same.
Probably even worse.
It's the same.
Because everyone can throw a jab.
Yes.
Everyone can throw a hook. Probably not as good as the better person, the boxer or whatever.
Yeah.
But you will not do a triangle if you have no idea, or like a proper double leg takedown. There's no chance.
Yeah.
There's no chance. Yeah, first time I received a proper liver shot, that
Ooh.
was really bad.
Oh man.
Really bad. And then it kicks in 2-3 seconds later.
Yeah.
You eat a shot, bomb, and then you think like you're good, and 2-3 seconds later you drop. You ever had one?
Luckily, I've never been punched or kicked in the liver.
I have to change that. now.
Oh man. Maybe it's time to put the gloves on and try out some
You-
boxing or kickboxing.
So you did boxing a little bit as well, and then you just you didn't like it.
It was just right after my knee surgery. I was just coming back
What
to.
happened?
I had an ACL reconstruction.
Okay.
This was in 2014,
Mhm.
and then when I was getting back into sport, I had to avoid a lot of training in deep knee flexion, which is a lot of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I wanted a way to increase my cardiovascular endurance, and it just so happened that I could join some kind of cardio boxing classes. It felt pretty great.
Yeah.
But it's hard to explain. But you know when something fits you as a person, when like the energy, the physical art itself fits you,
Mhm.
and then sometimes there's some things that don't fit you.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the time, I felt like boxing didn't fit me the same way like jiu-jitsu did.
Yes.
So the intrinsic motivation never came to keep going back to the suffering, which
Mhm.
is essential.
Yeah. Any other combat sport you tried other than boxing?
What combat sport? So when I was in high school, this is before jiu-jitsu, I did but the last year of my high school, they introduced a wrestling program,
Mm-hmm.
like high school wrestling.
Where was that?
It was in a place called Guam. It's an island in the Pacific Ocean. It's where I went to high school.
Okay.
And the last year of high school, they introduced wrestling. That was such an awesome experience for me.
Nice.
The mindset behind the training, the type of training, the whole me and my hard work versus another person and their hard work, one-on-one. We're gonna find out the truth at the end of this match, kind of thing. It really stuck with me. And after wrestling, the season got over. I couldn't go back to basketball anymore. I said, I got to figure out something same. And that's when I started searching for jiu-jitsu. And then in February 2008, I had my first lesson. I was like, that's a wrap. We signed a lifetime contract.
Nice. Amazing. How long are you now with Renzo here in the academy? For how long are you coaching there?
I joined here officially in February 2025. So just some months.
And before that, you had 10 years, I think, with Team Noguera here in Dubai as well, right?
Yes.
How was that?
Man, it was a great experience. It's where I started learning how to become a coach there. I went from never having coached anybody to kind of giving advice as an advanced student sometimes, to coaching part-time, to coaching more than part-time, to coaching full-time, to a point where I became a little bit more than a coach too. Okay. So it was a great experience where I got to really kind of hone my skills as a coach, as a professional. I got to learn from a lot of really high caliber people throughout the years, and it kind of made me who I am today. So I'm really grateful for that experience. It was a decade.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah,
long time. You're still in contact with them?
I have a few friends, but same like any good book, any good movie, or life in general. There's a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
The journey was a really awesome one, and at a certain point, I felt like my future was pulling me elsewhere. So then we had to end that. But I'm always thankful for the people I met, the lessons I learned, the opportunities I got.
Yeah.
Like some of the opportunities I got to do was even before I was prepared. But on getting them, I got to rise to the occasion and become who I am now.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
That's great. Are you working on a program with parents and kids? What is that program you're working on?
Okay, so at this moment, we are working on building the kids program at Renzo Gracie Dubai with a really strong emphasis on character development. So jiu-jitsu as a martial art is a great physical tool. That's without a doubt. But as a tool for cognitive development for children, especially at the various stages of development of their mental capacity, it's amazing. Like what we can accomplish for these kids to set them up for success in life through jiu-jitsu is unbelievable. It's amazing. So right now we're setting up a series of things where you're also been able to be part of this program where we're not just teaching them moves, we're teaching them about discipline, about the value of hard work, about the value of respecting their peers, respecting everybody around. We're teaching them that losing is a great tool for improvement, not an enemy. Like that's one of the first things we as adults learn in jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
Like when you tap, it's not a reflection of your character. It's, hey, you made a mistake. Next time, fix it. Come back. You're less likely to tap.
Yeah.
So
I catch you with something else.
Yeah. And the fact that you gotta keep it moving. You can't stay stagnant for too long. People coming for you.
Yes. That's great. Are you developing this? Where do you have this from? This idea?
So Rafael Hubbard, my coach, is the head coach at Renzo Gracie Dubai, and we are kind of concocting together a master plan to be able to make as many kids reach their potential, whatever it may be. Yeah. Now, our idea is jiu-jitsu is a great martial art, but in recent times, sometimes the core gets a bit lost. So our goal is to make jiu-jitsu simple and easily accessible to a lot of people.
Yeah, you clearly, what I can see from the outside as well, when I, just joined as a regular member, clearly put in a lot of love and work in that academy. And I felt that from Rafael the first time I met him as well.
Yeah.
I've had a different type of energy. So often you just walk in. Had that experience, was very strange. I'm not going to name the academy, but coming from a different country, moving to Dubai, I was spending a lot of time moving around from gym to gym.
Okay.
Because jiu-jitsu is always the same, right? An armbar
Yeah.
is an armbar, takedown, or you spar with people. You will always find good training partners and stuff. But I was looking at the coaches, I was looking at the energy on the mats and stuff. And I get it, look, he doesn't have to hug me and give me kisses and hold my hand and like, oh, who are you? I can't wait to speak to you. But, you know, someone walks in, serious about signing up, trying to figure it out. You want to at least have a little conversation. Where you from? What's your
Sure.
name? Something. Even
For
listen,
sure.
even if you have to fake it, just invest that 5 minutes. Make him feel good, whatever. But I, I've been in very strange places here, and I was like, this is good, but I don't know, something is wrong. And then I was walking in Renzo, and I met Rafa and the team, and I said, that's pretty good. I really like that. So yeah, don't regret anything. Now we have you
Awesome.
as well. We have some tough stuff going on there.
Yeah,
A
man.
couple of times a week is pretty good.
Yeah, it's some pretty good trainings.
Yeah. So how are you structuring the training? Are you sitting there on the weekend thinking about the week and because often now you do 2 weeks the same. No, I wouldn't say the same technique, but for example, specific guard passing
Yeah.
sequence and stuff. Are you sitting there on the weekend and planning that for the week, or how are you doing this?
At this moment, like the training we're talking about right now,
Yeah.
is I'm selfishly creating the best training for me.
All right.
That's basically what I'm doing at this moment. So, and as a result, I'm trying to whoever's coming is we're trying to structure it in a way that ends up being the thing that I am most excited to study at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's for sure there's a lot of things that I think I already feel I'm quite proficient at with and there's a lot of things in which there's a lot of room for improvement where I get to interact with so many people with different styles and different bodies and different ways of solving the same problems.
Yeah.
So usually we pick one subject for 2 to 3 weeks, depending how complex is the subject.
Yeah.
And we stick with that. And after that, at the end of the term, which is the end of the 2 or 3 weeks, towards the end, we pick a new subject, let everyone know beforehand what it's going to be so everyone can start putting their own ideas on what they want to execute for the upcoming weeks. And then we get together and train.
That makes so much sense, really. I can remember so many hours where just people just show one technique, come in the next day, something completely different.
Yeah.
Come in a week later, something completely different, and you have all these different pieces from a puzzle, and
Yeah.
none of them really.
So I think people at different stages of their learning journey require their learning to be done differently. So there are various frameworks of skill acquisition. So one example is the I believe it's called the Dreyfus method for skill acquisition.
I don't know about that.
And it puts a practitioner of anything, could be jiu-jitsu, could be dancing, for example, in one of 5 categories.
Okay.
At the very bottom is novice, and above novice is advanced beginner, and then there's competent, then proficient, then master. So these are the 5 levels.
Okay.
If someone were to come in as a novice, the optimal way for them to learn would be completely different than if someone were to come in already competent, right? So if someone were to come in competent, it might be in depth of single positions to be able to execute at a higher level. Whereas if someone were to come in as a novice, you'd want to touch on the most, touch a little bit on the most important aspects of jiu-jitsu to give them a holistic view as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I'm working on this one project, if I could name it. It's called BJJ Made Simple.
Okay.
Designed for the novice practitioners to be able to go from novice to advanced beginner and competent in as little time as possible.
BJJ Made Simple.
Yes.
You can find it online, or
very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very soon it's gonna be online, and that's gonna be
Nice.
a way for anybody
Yeah.
that doesn't know anything to go from zero to something as fast as possible.
Great.
And it could be someone trying to practice for themselves. It could be a parent trying to get a understanding of what is this
What is
art
this
that my
actually?
child is doing.
Mm.
It could be for any support, any friends or family that want to support someone that's training. Yeah. So to elaborate on that, so when someone is at a novice stage, there needs to be very, very few details, a very quick overview over a short period of time. Whenever someone moves into the proficient stage or competent stage, generally you want to learn the in-depth details. You need to study a position for 2 to 3 weeks to get all the variations and all the different styles and all the possibilities
True.
to be able to learn it in depth, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah. No, I'm excited for that. Let me know when it's out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Are you watching any instructions also?
I have a love-hate
BJJ
relationship
fanatics.
with instructionals.
Okay.
So there are some instructionals that I find are quite overdrawn, as in a thing that could be explained in 5 minutes
You may
takes 50, and I find it quite difficult. Like maybe it's my constant screen usage that my attention span isn't what it used to be. I try to study sometimes, but usually my tool for studying is I first train specific training, and I find a few things that work or don't work.
Okay.
And the things that don't work, I try to find the instructional with the answer to the specific scenario that didn't work. Because when I have a very strong, I'm talking about my experience.
Yeah.
When I have a strong emotional experience of something working or not working,
Yeah.
it's really easy to find the motivation to sit through the instructional. Whereas if I'm watching instructional without an immediate reference of how it felt, I find it very hard to stay focused
there
and
and
not
watch
have
it.
my mind wander into something else.
Yeah.
If you catch me in something today, when I go home at night, it's going to be very easy to sit through an hour
and watch
of how not to let that happen again.
Yes.
If that makes
That
sense,
makes
right?
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
Yeah.
my method for watching instructionals.
But if you watch something, who you pick?
The gold standard, obviously at this moment, is going to be between John Danaher,
Mhm.
Gordon Ryan, Lachlan Giles. This is an opinion. It's not a fact. It's open to
Yeah,
interpretation
of course, yeah.
based on people's preferences.
Yeah.
Right? So they got these three. They have top three. I'll pick these three.
Yeah. I still often go back to Marcelo Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong. Never, looking up his things.
I think Marcelo Garcia is amazing. I think his style revolutionized modern nogi. Like if you look at the way the modern game is with the seated guard and the 2-on-1s and the double ankle trips into leg entries. Marcelo was never really a leg lock guy.
No, yeah.
But he used to enter single leg X
To X guard.
to X guard with the
X,
same
yeah.
principles that now it's quite dominant to enter leg locks with.
That's true.
It's the same it's not the same, it's similar hand fighting sequences, similar principles. The wrestle ups, similar principles, which has now become a very big part of the meta, right? Wrestle ups and leg entries, especially in no-gi.
Our wrestle ups are great.
Yeah.
They're great.
So Marcelo, I think like there's been a few points in time where the game shifted multiple degrees, right? So like Marcelo was one of those multiple degree shifts. Before him, the game was a certain way, and then after him, everybody just accepted that the game is now this way. And I think the same thing happened with leg locks and was it the 2017 ADCC where the DDS came in and where Gordon Ryan leg locked everybody?
I think it was 2017,
Yeah. So then after 2017, everyone just became, okay, leg locks are now part of the game.
For a long time. Yeah.
And now 2025, if you don't know leg locks, you're not even part of the category.
You don't survive for long, yeah.
Right? But it's not so long ago where not everybody was proficient. You used to have just Josimar Polaris, Dean Lister,
That's true.
a few other names here and there that used to
Yeah.
be very proficient at it.
Yeah, Toquinho destroyed a few
Oh man,
knees, huh?
what was that year where I
They
think
kicked him out of the UFC.
Oh,
I mean, that's something that you have to achieve. You know?
there was some controversial moments there.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. Gary Tonin. You remember that match when Gary Tonin had a match with him? With Toquinho?
Okay.
Incredible.
Oh man, that's such a great
you
example.
remember that one?
Yes, I do. I love that.
Still
match.
watch it every now and then.
It's and the confidence with which Gary Tonin engaged with
Like
this mythical,
like no problem.
Yeah, it was like no problem.
Yeah.
Now this comes down to one of my favorite my favorite paradigms of competence. When someone with conscious competence and unconscious competence goes up against someone with unconscious competence, that's as an example. Like, first of all, I think Toquinho is an amazing athlete, has achieved so many amazing things, has put up so many highlight moments in our sport.
Yeah.
Right. But if we were to converse with him with the precision with which he was executing his technique, he might give you this is assumptions. I haven't had these conversations, so I can't tell you for a fact.
Yeah.
But it would beg to seem that there would be a certain level in specificity that maybe Gary Tonin would be able to tell you at a much higher level in what exactly he's doing and why and when and where and how and what. And it was so cool that a lot of the principles, which Gary Tonin, you can just find on YouTube, was when he was trying to engage and disengage in positions, you actually see the instructional on YouTube and you say, oh man, it makes so much logical sense. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he's just something else as well. He's just something else. There's a documentary with John Danaher. It's free on YouTube. And is it Meregali? No, it's not. Is it Meregali? What's the other guy's name? He has an Italian last name. Italo-Americano.
Giancarlo Bodoni.
Is it Giancarlo?
Yes.
It's called, what's it called? Getting Dangerous or something?
Yes.
You saw that one?
I believe that, yes. Yeah, I have watched it. Giancarlo Bodoni.
You have watched it?
I have watched it.
Yeah, it was great. Now, what John, basically the message was, if your opponent doesn't fear you, they will use everything they have against you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So he was very good positional, but he was never a threat for them really to submit people. And he changed that.
Yeah, and then 280 cc's, it shows.
Yeah.
There was a Giancarlo before, and then there was, and then after. It's two different people.
Very different.
Yeah, it's technically, tactically, physically, mentally. It's been amazing to watch. I'm a fan.
Yeah, same. It's doing great stuff. You saw the UFC BJJ?
I've heard about
it.
I have not seen it.
With Mickey?
Yeah, with Mikey Musumeci.
Mikey. Is it Mikey or Mickey? I always say it wrong.
I always thought it was Mikey.
Mikey. Other people say Mickey.
Okay. we gotta ask him. Yeah, he's super.
It's Mikey, huh?
He's Mikey, I believe so. I called him Mikey when I met him, and he didn't correct me.
Where you met him?
When I was working at Team Nogueira, he came in. He came in. Actually, his seminar was the first one where I started learning about this whole thing of camping.
From him?
Yes, I mean
in one seminar. Yeah?
In one before that.
Couple of hours.
Yes. It was for me. It was one of the best seminars I've been to. It just introduced me to a new way of thinking about passing guard. So I don't know how it was in your experience, but for me, for a long time, it was someone's on his back. I engage by putting my leg into his guard, De La Riva guard, and now Jiu-Jitsu. This is what we do. But then he started saying to completely negate the idea of the legs, get outside and engage very aggressively only when you're outside. For me, that completely changed the way I see passing guard. And it was at his seminar. And since then, obviously, a lot of people have been adding it to their YouTube library. And there's a lot of instructions now on the subject. But the first time I ever saw it was at the Mikey Musumeci seminar. And there was a really nice system, which I use till date, of camping, making them post and hitting the kimura.
Nice. Yeah, that's your move. Yeah, Kimura called me a few times with that.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite move. It's
So
my favorite position.
It's so funny if you meet someone and you're good in kimuras, the other one is good in this, and you don't, if you meet the one who's good in kimuras, you don't think about triangles, and then
Yeah.
you figure that one out, and then you meet someone else, and you're good
Yeah.
in that. It's never-ending story.
Have you seen the movie Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah.
You know how like every one of the one of the masters had their own little special.
Yes.
Like the tiger had his thing.
Praying mantis.
The praying mantis had his thing, and
Yeah,
everybody
there
had
was a
their own
monkey
thing.
and
So I like to think of us as kind of similar, where each of us is a different breed with our own specialities.
yeah, that's true. It's true. So what's coming up? What's next in the academy? I mean, you talked about your program. And anything else? Anything else at Renzo Gracie Dubai? Anything else you guys are working on that you want to share?
We are continually improving our kids program. We are continually improving our beginners program, working to make it as pleasurable as of a experience for people that have never done it before to come in and get their first experience. We're also working on our intermediate and advanced programs, as you're a witness. So overall program development. There's a couple new classes we're adding here and there.
Nice.
Pretty much off the top of my head.
Yeah, we have so many competitors as well, like all the youngsters, the mostly blue belts, right?
Yeah,
That's a different level of blue belt.
It's really cool to meet these kids whom at a very young age are very motivated and determined, and they kind of like decided that they were gonna get serious young. It's really
It's
cool.
so nice.
Yeah.
At that age, I started to do stupid things where they, if they stick to that, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. There will some of them. I'm pretty sure there will be someone in a couple of years. 100%.
It's I mean, hard work and discipline with the right input over a long time.
100%. I'm so sure
Yeah.
about the boys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very different level of blue belts. When I
Yeah.
was a blue belt, it was stupid.
Man,
Did
yeah.
stupid things. Every now and then, of course, did a cool move and something was working. But these guys are very different.
What do you think about skill inflation? So here's the concept. If you look now at the ADCCs of the early 2000s, the techniques you see in the final, if you judge them with the lens of 2025,
Yeah.
the technology is not up to date. It's the equivalent of looking at a iPhone, one of the earlier iPhones compared to now, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
this,
true.
so what was considered black belt in the
Oh yeah.
early to late 2000s, now, not in the application, but in the technical level, now is
That's
like
what-
blue or purple. I mean, maybe it's just like this, and this is going more and more and more
Yeah.
every year
It's
as people are getting better.
yeah.
What it takes to be relevant as a blue belt
Exactly.
is much higher than it was in 2008 when I was a blue belt.
And it was already difficult.
It was difficult already, but now, man, blue belts are getting so good. Purple belts are getting really good. It's insane.
It is really different, yeah. And I think I discussed that with Phil a little bit as well. I almost look at the sport sometimes, and I have these two different camps of just the hobbyist and the competitor.
Yes.
The hobbyist, just have a full-time job, family or not, doesn't matter, but other things, and you're just happy to train
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 times a week, which is already a lot 4 times for a hobbyist.
Yeah,
if he's
yeah.
managing to do that. And then you have the guys training 7 times a week, sometimes 2 times a day. It's almost 2 different things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No, and like you said it perfectly. Like everyone has different objectives that they're looking to get out of it.
Yeah.
There are people that want to just better themselves and maybe lose some weight or de-stress after work, and then there's people that are trying to actually get results in the competition scene for a specific outcome.
Yeah.
And everyone has a space to train and get better and become better versions of themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool when a competitor and a hobbyist can get in one, can train together, and both look to achieve their respective goals and have a great time.
Yeah, yeah. We have these mixed classes, and
Yeah.
it's just great. Just great to roll with everyone, having a good time. It's always good. Last question or last topic. Is there anything you do for recovery? Are you taking any supplements? Because I mean, you on the mat seven times a week, six
Yeah.
times, like a couple of hours, and then rolling and everything. What are you doing for your recovery?
Uh, so this I have a certain process which I've implemented in my life right now. Uh, it is kind of keeping track of my training volume that I am doing right now. I'm training a very normal amount of jiu-jitsu, training 5 days a week usually, jiu-jitsu.
For what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, and so it's
When you
sometimes
say training, you mean
like me drilling and rolling
all right?
for about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. On Monday, Wednesdays, it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's my jiu-jitsu training. Apart from that, I do some strength training and swimming for my physical training. For recovery,
You add that to gain some power, some strength. Yeah.
currently the strength training I do is more for structural integrity.
Okay.
It's so that certain parts of my spine, my scapula, my ligaments and tendons have a good support system. Yeah, and I do some basic stuff for strength, like squats. I do Romanian deadlifts for my lower body strength, and I do pull-ups and dips for upper body strength. But other than that, it's a lot of injury prevention, joint integrity type training for the strength. For recovery, I've been meditating for it because a lot of times it's your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system that are in play, and there's certain practices, if you put them in your life, your body is more receptive to rest. So one of them is meditating, another one is cold showers, a lot of stretching, good sleep, good food, good hydration.
Mm-hmm.
That's my recovery.
Meditation, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to strength and conditioning, I've also met so many people who just say, "I just do more jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Why would I run? I mean,
Yeah.
it's already tough enough. I just add more rounds."
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So everybody's entitled to their own opinion for sure, and if someone sees their time as limited and sees jiu-jitsu as a positive outlet, doing more jiu-jitsu is better than not doing anything more, for sure. Everybody in jiu-jitsu has their own kind of game which they do, which might be dominant to one side or dominant to the other side. People that play guard are very flexion dominated, and over a long period of time, doing the same things over and over again somehow leads to being imbalanced, because you're gonna get stronger in some things and maybe not the antagonist. So if you were to talk to a physiotherapist, they will tell you it totally makes sense to make sure that you're keeping your body in sync and in balance.
Yeah.
But at the very least, like some type of physical corrective exercise would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Like have a thing. If I play guard every day, if I play butterfly guard every day,
Yeah.
and I'm doing a lot of hook sweeps and I'm always retaining guard, that's a lot of hip flexion and core flexion that I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would make sense to also train a little bit of extension to make sure that
100%.
both sides of the body are working efficiently.
100%. Yeah. On the days where I can't make it to jiu-jitsu, I am in our building in the office. We have a gym, and I, go in the gym for 45 minutes and just lift some heavy stuff, and it's helpful. Like I can feel a difference. It's
For
pretty good.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Who has been your most difficult role so far?
My most difficult.
Just changing topic from here to
My most difficult role in general in my
Yes,
life.
yeah.
So there was one time that Romulo Bahal came to Team Nogueira when I was working there. So of course, when you roll with someone of that caliber, it's totally normal that that they're better than you. But I haven't faced with anybody else that situation where I felt like I didn't know jiu-jitsu.
Was it in the gi?
It was in the gi. it just felt like I need to do an intro class again.
So bad, yeah.
Yeah, this is me as a black belt where it was the same 4 moves in a row.
He did always the same thing to you?
Yeah,
That's the worst.
that's
When they always do the same thing.
yeah. It's like, you know, okay, the first time, all right, I know it's coming now. I'm gonna try to stop it. I try to stop it. It's just that I can't.
What was it?
It was a sweep from spider guard into a knee cut with a cross collar and sleeve grip,
Okay,
passing with a cross choke, and finishing with a cross choke knee on the chest.
nice.
And it
And now
was-
you're doing it to others? Show us that one.
emulation is a form of flattery.
Understand. Brother, anything else you want to share? I think we can wrap it up. I think
I
we're
think-
in
I think
a little bit
so.
over an hour. Was good talk. I can sit here for 3 more hours, I guess. But thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. See you on the mats again.
See you on Monday.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, brother. I hope you enjoyed this episode, everyone. Come and see us. Have a roll with Ricky and yeah, go home. I don't know. See you. Bye.